The affixes that will stay in the War Within are Raging, Bolstering, Bursting, and Sanguine. So pretty much all the affixes that everyone loves, that everyone wants to play, and that everyone have a huge and very deep love for them. Hello guys, it's Ruth here. Welcome to another video. So today we are going to talk about the new changes that Blizzard announced yesterday for the dungeons. So there is a lot of noise in the internet. Some people agree with these changes, other people not so much. So yeah, let's get into it. So basically, the goal of Blizzard regarding dungeons, they introduced a few experiments that they wanted to try in Season 4 Dragonflight regarding the difficulty, how it works, the feeling of reward in terms of heroic, mythic, zero, etc. So to continue with these experiments, in terms of the normal difficulty, they are not going to make any further changes. So in Heroic, they are introducing, I think, one new thing, which is starting from, from the moment that the Season 1 starts in the War Within, they will rotate with the seasonal dungeon. So we won't be able to queue for the 8 dungeons of the War Within, but we will have the same rotation of dungeons that Mythic and M+ will have, which I think, to be honest, is really cool because a lot of people don't do Mythic, so it's nice that they can also play dungeons from other expansions. So to continue with Mythic, there are two major or 3 major changes. One of the first one is as well as the hero difficulty, they will be featuring the roster of the seasonal dungeon. So 4 from the current expansion, 4 from the other expansions. Also, mythic difficulty won't be available until the season starts. And third and last one, now the mythic dungeons will have a daily lockout instead of the weekly one we have in the previous systems. So this is the rotation of the first season of the War Within. So as usual, this is not changing. We will have 4 dungeons from the current expansion and 4 dungeons from the older expansions. Hey, if you are saying this, it's because you are finding this content valuable. So if so, please consider subscribing to the channel and like this video. You will be helping me so much, so I will really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye bye. So for the M+ systems, they are making a few changes to how the affixes are positioned, but also they continue to have the new changes that they introduced in Season 4 Dragonflight regarding the difficulty, a little squeeze on the key levels, etc. So basically, the main change here is how the affixes are positioned. So from +2 onwards, we will have Fortified or Tyrannical, like the weekly affix. Then on +4 onwards, we'll have a new set of passive affixes that we'll take a look in just a moment. And then from +7 onwards, we'll have the so-called Bursting, Bolstering, Raging, all those affixes that everyone loves so much in WoW. So here is where things get interesting regarding the new affixes and the new changes that they are adding to the game. But let's start with the goal that Blizzard said they have, or that they want to accomplish with these changes. So they want to shift from a more invasive approach, which is you already have to deal with the dungeon, especially with the trust, and then you have added external elements like incorporeal, spiteful, afflicted, volcanic, whatever. So you have to pay attention to both things, not only to deal with the trust already, but also with the external elements. So what they want to do is, like, instead of having you to pay attention to external things, they want to make the dungeon more challenging with a more passive approach. So what that means is that they are going to buff the trust and affect the trust design, but you won't have to deal with external things. So how they are going to accomplish this goal or try to? They are basically introducing 4 new passive affixes. So starting with Reckless, this new affix will make all the trust without mana to ignore 20% of the armor with their attacks. But at the same time, the armor of this trust will be reduced by 30% and will receive a 10% increase from arcane damage. Then we have Thorn, the trust without mana. Will inflict physical damage to their attackers when they are attacked, but at the same time will receive a 10% increase Holy and Shadow damage. This is a bit weird. Like, I mean, it's like Holy and Shadow is like the opposite. But yeah, we will need to see how this works. And then we have, in the third position, we have Attuned, which basically affects the trust with mana. And they will make 20% increase magic damage, but they will take 10% increase natural damage and 30% increased damage from bleed effects. And then the last one we have Focus, which makes the trust with mana will have a 30% increased haste. It's like a perma bloodlust, and they will take 10% increase from frost and fire damage. So for the fixes that they are gone, they are basically removing the Afflicted, Incorporeal, Entangling, Storming, Volcanic. So pretty much all the fixes that makes you to like iterate your playstyle or your gameplay. Like you have to move from, or you have to get out from Entangling. You have to move because of the Volcanic. You have to take a dispel so you can also assist with Incorporeal, with Afflicted. You have to take a specific CC to use with Incorporeal. All these affixes are gone. On the other hand, the affixes that will stay in the War Within are Raging, Bolstering, Bursting, and Sanguine. So pretty much all the affixes that everyone loves, that everyone wants to play, and that everyone have a huge and very deep love for them. And last but not least, they are going to continue experimenting with tyrannical and fortified affixes. So for now, they are not going to make any changes for now to these affixes. But I think with these new passive affixes that they will introduce that mainly affect the trust, we will see changes. I don't know if in season 1 or season 2 of the War Within, but I'm sure that eventually we will have news regarding tyrannical fortified. What do I think of these new changes and the new 4 passive affixes they are introducing in season 1 of the War Within? So basically, my first impression is that I like them. Obviously, I didn't test them yet. They are not yet available on the beta. But like the first impression is that I like them because obviously they need to do something to make sure that there will be a variety of compositions on M+. So if they just remove affixes, there will still be a meta composition. But with these new affixes, if they are well designed, and it's something we need to test obviously, but if they are well designed and they really force people to respect them, we will see a more variety of composition. Obviously, I think we will end up with 4 different meta compositions, but that's much better. It's not perfect, but that's much better than only one unique composition like what we have right now in Dragonflight Season 4, which is caster meta, specific tanks, specific healer, and everything that is out of that is nearly impossible to get an invite if you are on a plus 16 key, right? So at least with this, we are going, again, if they are well designed, we are going to see at least 4 different compositions depending on how well they are designed. But my first impression is that I like them, to be honest. On the other side, like the not so positive part is that we are staying with Raging, Bolstering, Bursting, and Sanguine, which is right now they are the affixes that are more annoying depending on the week. So it's true that the way the War Within dungeons are designed, I think these affixes will still be a pain in the ass, if not worse than Dragonflight. But we will need to see how that works, and see if with the new variety, or the, in theory, variety of compositions we'll have, they are more like manageable compared to what we have in Dragonflight. Also, there is a thing that these new 4 affixes will be buffing the trust, and that's it. They are not introducing any passive affix to buff the boss other than tyrannical. So I think that this will make fortified weeks much more harder than they already are. And I'm not sure how this will work out at the end of the day. So yeah, that's my conclusion. Please let me know what you think about these affixes. I think we will see changes to this. For example, the focused affix is like perma bloodlust on all the trash with mana. So this will be like super hard to control all the cast and all the keys that probably we will need on pretty much all the dungeons. So yeah, but please let me know what you think. I think this is a very interesting discussion, and obviously I will be on Twitch streaming and testing this from this Thursday, June 13. So yeah, I will see you on my Twitch channel, and have a good day. Bye bye bye.